obstruction. He has, of course, been charged with obstruction of a criminal proceeding down in Florida and then charged with trying to obstruct his own obstruction in Florida. So that word also, of course, came up in the Mueller investigation. It tends to be a theme in investigations into former President Trump.
All right, joining us now, Tim Parlatore is a former Trump attorney who played a key role in the Mar-a-Lago classified documents investigation and once testified before that grand jury. He left Donald Trump's legal team in May. Tim, I know that you probably have not had an opportunity to read all 45 pages of this indictment, but give us your reaction to the news that Donald Trump has been indicted in special counsel Jack Smith's 2020 election interference probe with 6 co-conspirators named as well, not named, but alluded to as well.
The interesting thing to me is both the timing as well as the fact that all of the co-conspirators are unindicted. You know, this is something that I know that Jack Smith's team is still investigating. You know, they're still interviewing witnesses that, you know, just from my brief perusal of it, have information that's directly relevant to these things. So it's surprising that he would hand down the indictment today instead of a couple of weeks from now after they finish doing all of those witness interviews. And it's also curious to me that he has chosen only to indict one person and to leave these other 6 co-conspirators unindicted. So that may be an indication that this is just the initial indictment. He's going to try and put pressure on the other 6 to move over to become cooperating witnesses, or else there's going to be a superseding indictment that will name them all as co-defendants.
One of the arguments that we no doubt will hear if this does, in fact, go to a legal proceeding, which we anticipate it will be that if Donald Trump believed something to be a fact, even if it was not true, that is not necessarily fraud. The document, the indictment, goes into great detail to tell the American people all the times that Donald Trump was told that something was not true, and the people who were telling it to him, such as, I'm not going to read it to you, but just to give you an idea, it talks about Vice President Pence, the senior leaders of the Justice Department, the Director of National Intelligence, the Department of Homeland Security's Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency, or CISA, senior White House attorneys, senior staffers on the re-election campaign for Donald Trump, state legislators and officials, many of whom were the defendant's political allies, had voted for him and wanted him to be reelected, and state and federal courts. It goes into great detail about individual conspiracy theories, 10,000 dead voters in Georgia, 205,000 more votes than voters in Pennsylvania, and on, not only saying that they were wrong, these conspiracy theories, but noting the individuals, Trump supporters, people who wanted Trump to be reelected, who were telling him, no, that's not accurate, and then Trump would repeat the information regardless to the public. Does that suggest that Trump knew